Hello everyone, I'm Vishwa. Today we're going to talk about a simple strategy for identifying and pinpointing entries in Bank Nifty when you're trading intraday. Let's get started. For this purpose, we're going to use a simple candlestick pattern. We're not going to use any sort of indicators or oscillators and complicate things. The idea behind the strategy is very simple. Whenever the price of the Bank Nifty comes to a halt or begins to trade in a range, it has a tendency to break out of that range very soon. Because Bank Nifty has a lot of liquidity and a heavy volume, because more traders are actively participating in Bank Nifty all the day through, we can expect this behavior from the price. So whenever a Bank Nifty begins to trade in a range, it has a tendency to break out of it sooner or later. But we cannot expect the same sort of behavior in stocks, because stocks may have liquidity or may not have liquidity on some days. But a script like Bank Nifty always has a heavy volume and there are always traders actively trading it. So we can expect Bank Nifty to provide us with opportunities, provide us with beautiful trading opportunities when trading these breakout patterns. So let's see how we are going to do it. For this purpose, we're going to use two time frames. One is 30 minutes and the other one is 3 minutes. So one is going to be a higher time frame and the other one is going to be a lower time frame. In higher time frame, what we're going to do is we are going to find the area of a trading range. And how we are going to do this is very simple. Even if you're completely new to market, you can do this. A simple way to identify the area of neutrality or the area of a trading range is by looking for the simple candle pattern. Whenever you find an inside bar or a harami, it indicates that the trading activity has come to a little halt or the market has begun to trade in a range. So this is what we're going to look for in 30 minutes. Whenever you find an IB or a trading range, what you have to do is you have to mark off the high and low of the IB candle. Now this will act as our trading range, and whenever the price breaks out of this area or whenever the price breaks out of this range, we are going to take the trade. And for taking the trade, we will use the 3-minute time frame. And also note that when we talk about IB, make sure that the entire range of the IB candle is inside the high and low of the previous candle's range. Okay, so that way it will be more effective and it will work more properly. Now going down to 3 minutes, the price is broken out of this zone at around this area at 11:15 a.m. We need to see the price to close below this area in 3 minutes. The logic here is pretty simple. If a price breaks out of range, but if it cannot sustain below it even for 3 minutes, then that breakout may not be a strong breakout at all. So in order to take the trades on a safe side, we are going to wait for the 3-minute candle to break down below this area and close below it. Or in case if the price is going to go above it, it's going to break out above the high of the inside bar and close over it. Okay, so in here at 11:15 we see a close below this area, and it indicates that we can go for a sell trade from here. As for the entry, we can enter right after this candle is completed. We can enter upon the open of the next candle, and it's going to be perfectly fine to trade on the open of the next candle. You don't have to wait for the price to break out below this low. You can very simply trade on the open. Because since we are trading on a small time frame, we have to make sure that we're not waiting too much. We're not waiting for too many confirmations. The one confirmation is if the candle is able to close below it, then it's pretty fine. You can trade the open of the candle and your stop loss will be at the nearest swing point. In this case, you can place a stop loss around this level. And as for the target, you can have multiple targets. And the first target, it's always better to have a 1:1 risk reward, a target of 1:1. So how much risk you're taking will also be your first point of target. Okay, and after this you can just multiply it, or you can do some math and you can go for 1:2 or 1:3. It all depends on how you understand about the trend of the day. And it will be really useful to know the trend for the day in Bank Nifty before using this strategy, because that way, when you know where the market is going to go today, if you know the possibility of the direction of the market today, you can actually make some good profits. See, on this day, the market was completely strong. If in your analysis you have found that the Bank Nifty is going to be bullish for today, you can avoid trading the short trades and you can focus on long trades. Okay, this is one way to do it. Or even if you're going for short trades, you can come up with small profits. But when you get a long trade, you can really hold on to it and make use of it completely. That way you can really improve the risk reward ratio on the strategy. So now you have a pretty good understanding of how to use this breakout strategy in Bank Nifty. Now there are a lot of beautiful ways in which you can trade breakouts in Bank Nifty, but I think this is one of the simplest and coolest methods that anyone can use. So it's pretty much like a mechanical trading system, and it could be really useful to you when you're trading in Bank Nifty. And once again, on this day we have a buying trade on this very same day, 19th April. We have a buy side trade on this. Again, we had a beautiful IB pattern here, and the price broke out of it and went pretty strongly. Our close above the IB was around 1245, and here we have the price breaking below this low. Let's see if you're having any sort of a short trade in this at 1215. So at 1215, let's see if the price went below it. No, at 1215, the price at the first breakout, the price attempted to break below this area, but it cannot really sustain. And you see what happened. The price broke out over this area and went strongly up above. This is another cool confirmation that you can use. So if the price cannot break down below it and sustain below it, then it's better that you avoid the trade. But if you are into taking more risks, then obviously you can go for it, because if you look at it here, then this big candle was really totally amazing. And when you're trading small time, you don't really want to miss out on this beautiful moves. So some people might prefer trading a right on breakout of this area, which is not wrong in itself, but it just adds more risk to the trade. You have to be a little bit careful, and you should know what you're doing. So maybe when you already know about today's trend and you are completely strong, maybe if you're completely bullish on Bank Nifty on 19th of April, then you can go for positive trades upon right on the breakout. You don't have to wait for a close above it. Okay, so as long as you trade with the trend, you can take these additional risks, because the market is going to be a little bit more favorable to you when you are trading with the trend. Okay, so this way, by taking some trades in Bank Nifty, you can really make some beautiful money by just using this little trick. You can make some beautiful money. And coming back, so here once again we have a beautiful IB in here, and upon breakout the price really melted down. And because today's trend was really bearish and the market was completely inside this gap, okay, the price was taking this resistance and the market was completely bearish today. The selling momentum really happened very quickly. The selling trade was really powerful. So once the price broke out of this area, we had a very strong breakdown. Okay, so if you can use the IB in this way by looking for a candle pattern on a higher time frame and looking for a breakout entries on a lower time frame, by combining these higher and lower time frame, you can make some really good amount of money. And another thing is, when you're trading with a trend, combining both the higher and lower time frames, then you can really make a lot of money trading Bank Nifty. Now, you can also try this strategy in stocks, but as long as the stock is highly liquid, this strategy will work out. But if the stock is not liquid, you might have some trouble using this strategy, because the price doesn't always have to break out. The price can just completely stay inside the very same range for the entire day. Okay, so that's about it for the strategy. If you like the strategy, you can share it with your friends and like the video, and that would be really encouraging for us to bring you more beautiful videos like this and more beautiful concepts. And by the way, you can also use this strategy to buy Bank Nifty options as well. So see you in the next video. Until then, take care and happy trading. Cheers.